Hey, what is up guys? Joshua Boosters here with the first video of the new year actually. So today I'm coming at you with a Yu-Gi-Oh video where I'm gonna try to make a little series out of this. But yeah, first I would like to do a shout out to Simo. I mean, I would link his channel somewhere, but you already know, so no point in doing that. He actually low-key gave me the idea to do this. Not for the series, but just for this particular video, because he mentioned to me he had seen some Dogmatica Musketeer lists in the OCG and told me to look into it. So I actually did, and that triggered the idea to do a video about it actually, since I think Magical Musketeers is really good, really cool, and I think it might actually be kind of good this format because everybody's playing all these anti-graveyards type cards like Ghost Bell, Skullmeister, DD Crow, you name it, and that actually doesn't do anything versus Magical Musketeer. So yeah, and also we're in kind of a control-like format. I mean, Virtual World and Drytron are both not so control-like, but like trap-wise, I mean. But all the Musketeer cards are actually really good against those decks, especially something like Dancing Needles, insane against Drytron, and then Musketeer also has inherently 6 outs in the cross domination Desperado to out Divinity's Ruler, and then you can just destroy that grind game with the Dancing Needle. And then Virtual World is a little bit tougher, but I think the matchup's still kind of fine depending on your hand. But yeah, we're actually gonna go do a series where I will be grinding Dueling Book Rated with this deck, and then after each match I will adjust the deck and tell you guys in the next video about what I adjusted, and then I'm gonna show you another game, etc. I hope it kind of catches on because I think the deck is really cool, and I think it might be interesting to some people to just kind of get in the head. Like some people don't really know how to deck build, and I hope that kind of gives the people who are not so good at it yet an idea how I do it, and or other more competitive players do it to improve their own deck building. So yeah, I'll just show you the first iteration of the deck real quick. This wasn't actually the first iteration, but the actual first iteration had a really big flaw in it, which I found out while I was playing the first match with the deck actually. So I decided to just skip that because it was really stupid. But yeah, basically for the Dogmatica cards, we're of course playing 3 Ecclesia, then I'm playing 1 Fleur-de-Lis and 1 Punishment for the targets. Then for the Musketeers, I'm just playing I think it's a pretty standard ratio of 3 Caspar, 2 Dog, 3 Kid Brave, 3 Starfire, and I'm playing the 1 Wild as a tech just because it increases the grind game. And it's also good to just have another level 4, so I can go into the Utopia here to out-Dragoon basically. But yeah, like Caspar and Starfire is just a consistency card, and then Kid Brave is like a pseudo consistency card. And Doc is just also better in the grind game. I am playing 1 Call by the Grave, just because some hand traps can be quite annoying against this, and also just against Drytron and what's it called, Virtual World. This card is just good, also against Eldic, obviously. Then I'm playing Triple Cyclone for all the trap decks. The Nadir Servant, of course. I am playing Desires and Upstart since they synergize really well with the Musketeer cards. I'm playing the Reborn to play through stuff like Didnt and what's it called? Not Aquero, but the other Conquistador. Then for the Musketeer cards, I am playing 3 Cross Domination, 3 Desperado. Desperado and Cyclone help you play through the Chute Shape from the Virtual World. Then I'm playing double Dancing Needle since it's really insane this format, and triple Last Stand, and also the one-off Crooked Crown just to be able to enhance your plays a little bit further. This is just like basically the first side deck I made. I already know I should be putting in Red Reboot since Red Reboot against control decks and Musketeers is just absolutely insane. But in the first match I played with this deck, I didn't include it, so that's why I'm showing you guys this build. I'm playing these 9 hand traps. This one is actually just super generic. Then Ghost Bow against the more graveyard-like decks. The Brew against more combo-ish decks, as well as the Dark Ruler no more. And then in case I think my opponent will make me go first because I am blinding second, I am playing Order and Double Rivalry since all my cards are Fiends. Except for the Dogmatica cards, of course. So yeah, and then the extra deck, I'm playing a bunch of cards for the Nadir Servant, which are these Omega, Titaniclet, and Double Untus. I am playing Utopia and the Lightning to out Dragoon, but it might, against some matchups, it might do other stuff. Then I'm playing 1 Xcode, 1 Appaloosa. I am playing IP just to do something with the monsters I summon with Max. And I'm playing the Nightmares to get rid of stuff, and because they are quite good with Max, especially Unicorn and Phoenix. Cerberus and Phoenix, and then I'm just playing 3 Max, of course. So yeah, that is the version of the deck I played the first match with. Let's just go right into the first match then. So yeah, guys, for game 1 here, keep in mind I'm still very low rated, 120 as you can see. So the odds of running into non-meta decks is pretty high at this point. You didn't see it, but our opponent won the rock, paper, scissors and opted to go first, so that's pretty good for us. As you can see, my hand here it's alright. We have Starfire, which is a starter. We have Cross Domination to prevent any monster effects that would threaten our starter, and then I have a Crooked Crown actually to just trigger the Starfire if I want to, and then I can even bring out Doc if I want to do so. That is pretty good. And then we have Fleur-de-Lis, which at this point doesn't really do anything. I guess we can summon it if we go into Max, but yeah, let's just see what our opponent is gonna do here. He's gonna set a card, and then he's actually gonna go for the Unchained Twins Aruha, which says like you can destroy a card to summon it. And then if it gets destroyed, like all the Unchained cards, it can summon an Unchained from deck basically. And then the trap card says if it's set and it's destroyed, you can summon another Unchained from deck. So that's what he's gonna do here. He's gonna bring out Rakea, which just destroys cards on your field as a quick effect. So that's pretty good to bring out the really big guy. I must say, like, I'm sort of familiar with the Unchained deck. I don't know all the cards, like from the top of my head what they do, but I basically know what the strategy resolves around, so that is pretty good. What's kind of annoying here is that the Unchained deck's kind of now, I think mostly because of Distant Coders playing like all these traps, which can be a bit rough for Musketeer if they don't have access to the counter trap. So yeah, but if he does decide to interrupt my plays with the big guy that can pop one of my cards when it's special summoned from the deck, I do have the Cross Domination to basically make him lose a card. And then we also have the Crooked Crown. If he somehow does get rid of our Starfire, I can just go Crooked Crown, chain Crooked Crown from my hand, then bring out the Dock and go into Max. So yeah, he's just gonna end here. I'm gonna draw into Dancing Needle, which doesn't do anything at this point. So I'm actually gonna start off with the Dock here. Since he has 2 back row, and basically I hope he's gonna use one of the back row to actually pop my Dock. Then I would chain the Crooked Crown, and then I can bring out the Starfire and trigger the Starfire with either the Cross Domination or the Dancing Needle to trigger the Starfire, bring out Caspar, and then I can go into Max and actually start playing from there. But you're gonna see here something quite annoying is going to happen, which will be the Torrential here. And the thing is, I actually make a misplay here, because I was thinking I could change the Crooked Crown, but then I would bring out Starfire, and then Starfire would just die to the Torrential Tribute. But what I should have done instead is I should have activated Crooked Crown without the effect, and then just activate the Crooked Crown after Torrential and his guys had resolved, and then bring out the Starfire, which would have significantly changed the outcome of the game, probably. His other stats actually Trap Trick. So actually, I guess it wouldn't have mattered that much, because if could have Trap Tricked into the Unchained card that pops one of my guys, and then I would have just lost the Starfire. So actually, it was a misplay, but I kind of got rewarded for it. But yeah, it's been a while since I actually played this deck, so I'm still a little bit rusty, to be honest. He's gonna bring out the Sagama that gets one from the grave, and then the big guy that can link with one of my monsters. I'm just gonna set the the Crooked Crown in case I need to bring out Starfire in his turn. Then he's gonna Trap Trick for Heavy Storm Duster, which is gonna get rid of my Crooked Crown, so that's a little bit annoying.
But I guess it does get rid of his non-monster disrupt, so I can probably resolve Starfire on my next turn if I don't get OTK, that is. He's gonna go Saruma, set the trap and pop the Disaster, which I think gets one back from the grave. Let's see. It's special summons one from grave. Gonna get the Rakia here, so he does have access to the trap here. He's gonna attack me with both, which I just can't do anything about, so I'm gonna take the 3000. And then he's just actually gonna pass. I do draw into Kaspar here, which is alright, I guess. Not the best, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go into Starfire in the column of this, so because I know this doesn't get rid of my Starfire, and if he triggers it, I can just trigger Starfire without activating one of my own effects. But he's actually on the summon gonna go Rakia, pop the Saruma, and then Saruma is gonna bring out the big guy, which can pop one of my cards on summon. He's gonna discard Barrier, which doesn't do anything against my deck, and I'm gonna go Cross Domination here, which allows me to activate my Starfire. But he's gonna Ash. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, that's fine, because I can go into Max and get some advantage from that, which I'm gonna do. And I think I'm gonna add spells and traps since I have access to Kaspar for the next turn, and that's alright, yeah, so what I'm gonna do here, since he doesn't preemptively activate this, I'm gonna get Last Stand, so I'm gonna be able to negate his Chamber here if he opts to do it in the end phase. And then I think I'm gonna add Cross Domination to protect myself from his guys. What's really annoying about this matchup though is that basically Musketeer can't get rid of any cards without destroying them. So each time I'm gonna get rid of one of his cards, I'm basically gonna trigger it. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna run into the Unchained Soul, which can bring itself back in the end phase, but since I have access to the Dancing Needle, I can actually shut him off of that. That way, I'm gonna actually be able to stop his trap card and then also shut him off of the Unchained Soul. Which leaves him with just one card basically against my 6, so that's pretty good for me. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna banish just his Unchained cards. He's gonna chain the Chamber here, which would allow him to bring back his Unchained Soul, but since I also added the Last Stand here, I'm just gonna shut off all his plays, so I think that was a pretty heads-up play from me after the misplay on the first turn. So yeah, he's just gonna be left with one Rakia versus my Max and one top deck card. I'm gonna bring out the Fleur-Elise here actually, since I'm not sure if you can summon OTK me, and then I'm not sure if I will be able to bring out the Fleur-Elise later, since I kind of want to keep the Kaspar on the field probably. And then this will also just help me beat over his cards. He's just gonna set one and end his turn. And here I'm gonna normal summon Kaspar, and this is very unlucky. Like, I'm pretty sure if he top decked any other card, or I mean a lot of cards would have been bad draws for him here, but the trench is actually crazy since it gets rid of both my monsters. I'm just left with two cards that don't do that much, and he can just float with the Rakia. So yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna float into the Saruma, which is really good, really helps him grind. Since basically allows him to +1 every turn. And I'm gonna just set the punishment here and end. So yeah, let's see what I do here. I consider doing this in the standby phase, but then he can just float with the Saruma anyway. And I won't get that much value from the punishment unless I send Titanic Lad. So I decide to just let it go through, which is probably a misplay. Since now he's just gonna bring out a really big guy. Let's see what I do here. Alright, I'm just gonna pop both his cards with the Untus, and like with punishment I pop the Saruma, with Untus I will pop the big guy, but then he's gonna float with the Saruma. So it's the Rakia, and that's actually gonna be game, since Rakia can just, or not I guess. Let's see. I actually thought he could have just floated into the Unchained Soul, but maybe he only plays 2, so that's why I didn't do it. Anyway, I just draw Ecclesia here with no targets left, so I'm just gonna scoop it up. So that Torrential was a little bit unfortunate. Before that, I think it was really looking really good for me. But yeah, so yeah, pretty interesting game actually. A lot of back and forth. I really like that. I think a lot of matches in the current format, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically lack that. So yeah, I'm just gonna let him go first again. My hand's gonna be absolutely insane because I have Servant and 2 really good Magical Musketeers. But I do still, if he has a lot of traps, that can be rough for me. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. He's gonna activate the Prison, which is like Rota for Unchained cards, basically. And he's gonna get the one that pops a card, which is really good against my deck. Just gonna Rakia set 2. So I thought this card is insane to draw here, obviously, since if he pops my Magical Musketeer, I can just bring it back. And then, well, you'll see what happens. You'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna go Starfire here, which he is gonna pop. Which is exactly what I planned for, of course. Gonna bring out Saratama. Then I'm gonna now Dear Servant send Untus here to get Eclipse to my hand, and then with Untus I'm just gonna pop the last back row. Which is a trap trick, which is quite good actually. But he's gonna trap trick into another one of the escape, which is once per turn, so he will not be able to activate it again. So that means my Monster Reborn play is actually gonna go through. There we go. Then I'm gonna destroy his Sarama with my Desperado, which will which also like sort of protect my Starfire from Ash actually, because since I'm turn player, Starfire will be chainlink 1, and if he wants to activate the Sarama, that means he will not be able to Ash my Starfire, which is quite good. So yeah, he's gonna bring out the big guy. I'm gonna bring out Kaspar. Then he's gonna trigger the big guy to attempt to pop one of my cards. But I also have the cross domination, which is really good, so I'm gonna be able to trigger the Kaspar. The thing is though, I should have probably brought out Starfire in attack position. I don't think it's gonna matter since we're gonna max anyway, but it would have been slightly more damage, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna get the last stand to protect my my guys from the trap next turn. And then oh, I'm actually gonna pass here, it seems. What I maybe could have done actually is change the Kaspar into Max to summon one wild from my deck, and then I could have Ecclesiat without effect, maybe, and then go into the Utopia to shut him off of the. Oh no, wait, this triggers in the end phase, right? Okay, yeah, so that wouldn't have been that good. But I could have gone into Max and then special the Ecclesia to get X to either the trap card or to Fleur de Lis, which might have been okay, but I decided to just play it like this. And then actually, he's gonna top deck Extravagance, which is good for me somehow because it will allow me to do less stand to get X to another card. Since him popping one of my guys with the trap won't be that bad, and then running over the other one with the Unchained, since I do have the Kaspar here. So I'm just gonna negate that. Really don't want him to have 2 more cards. Then Kaspar is gonna get me cross domination here so I can protect my guys. Like, it would have been probably better to get the last stand, but like, that's literally impossible because of Kaspar's effect. And then he's actually gonna mind control here, so he thought I would be going first in the second game. You already saw the Kaiju, so that's actually sort of annoying. Just gonna have to allow that. He's gonna go into the Link monster, and then he's gonna pop his monster and my Kaspar, and then he can get one back from the grave, which is Sarama, which will allow him to go into the grind game again. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Bring out the Rakia. The good thing here is though, he won't be able to actually disrupt my turn, since he does not have a card in hand. He won't be able to do the big guy to pop my my guy. So yeah, I top deck Fleur here, which is really good, actually. So now I don't need to search it. I can just okay. So I'm just gonna go into Max here to get 2 more spells and traps. I was thinking I could cross-dominate the Rakia here, but then he could just chain it, so I decided to keep it. But in hindsight, it might have been better to do that anyway, just to trigger my Kaspar to add another Magical Musketeer to my hand, actually, for the next turn. So I could keep my engine rolling. Then I go Ecclesia, get Punishment, then I'm gonna special the Fleur de Lis, just to be able to pressure him. Then I'm gonna boost the attacks with the Fleur-de-Lis. He's gonna bring out the Arua, which doesn't really do anything, to be honest. Gonna attack into Sarama. I just really want to get rid of the Sarama. Then he's gonna get the big guy, which I decide to allow. Actually, I could run over it with the cross domination, but I decide to rather just keep it. And then I'm gonna pop it anyway, since I don't want to link one of my guys. Oh right, that's the that is the play. Right. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop his dog, and then when he attempts to get one back, I'm gonna banish the grindy cards in his graveyard. Yep. So he's gonna top deck one card here, which is a Kaiju, which actually shuts off my max, which is a little bit annoying. So now I have a dead cross domination in my hand. But he decides to scoop it up anyway, since I just have all the big guys on the board, and he won't be able to outgrind me. I think I just ran through a Sarama probably. So yeah, we're going into a game 3, and since he now knows I prefer to go. Oh no, he's still gonna go first. My hand's gonna be really good again, with just a bunch of starters basically. His hand's gonna be really good as well though, since he's gonna go Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. Then he's gonna do the play he did the first game as well. Bring out Rakia. Then he's gonna normal Sarama. The thing is, he makes a misplay here. He's gonna set the chamber and then pop the chamber, but then he realizes he already used the chamber effect with the aura, which shuts him off like of a plus basically. His field's still really good though, but like it would have been better to you know, get more value out of it. So yeah, then he's gonna up to link into the Abomination here, and that will actually leave him with at least 2 disrupts, since he can link with one of my monsters and then also bring out the big guy to pop one of my guys. And then he also has a trap, which I don't know about. I'm gonna draw another musket, which doesn't do anything here. So yeah, I'm gonna go Nadir Servant, because I really need to play through his disrupts, send Intus, get Fleur-de-Lis. So this way, I will shut off his trap, and then with Fleur-de-Lis, I'm gonna be able to shut off his Unchained Soul. Sadly, his set ends up being Trap Trick, so he's gonna get the Destroy 1 card anyway. So I have to play through 3 disrupts here, which is gonna be really hard. But yeah, I'm gonna go Ecclesia, get Punishment. Then I'm gonna go Fleur-de-Lis. I think he's gonna chain the Soul of Rage here, yeah. So what I should have done is just probably not go Fleur-de-Lis, but just summon a musket. Then it would probably go Unchained Soul of Rage effect, and then I could have changed the Fleur-de-Lis, which would have been better, but I really realized that too late. So yep, I'm just gonna bring out Fleur-de-Lis here and run over his Link, which allows him to get back the Aura. Then I'm gonna summon Caspar, which is fine. He's not gonna pop it just yet. I'm gonna try to bait his trap here, so I can just set a punishment save by doing Dancing Needle to banish some of his engine. He's actually gonna allow it, so that means I'm gonna go be able to trigger my Caspar. And I'm gonna add Last Stand here, so that means his escape here is just dead, since I will be able to negate it. So yeah, I think this play was pretty good on my end, where I set the punishment in the Caspar zone, since I knew I would probably have to Last Stand in my end phase. So if I set it in another zone, I wouldn't have been able to trigger Caspar on his turn, but now I will be able to do that. So that's nice. In the standby phase, I'm gonna Punishment, send Titanic Led for a follow-up, and then Caspar is gonna get me another Last Stand. Basically, since I don't think I will need to negate from something like Cross Domination this turn, I'm gonna add the Last Stand to be able to allow me to play through more of his cards on the next turn. He's gonna bring out the big guy, which is gonna pop my Caspar. Interestingly enough, he actually has different dimension ground in his hand here, which doesn't do anything against my my deck, but yeah. Just a little bit unfortunate that I can't negate this, so he's gonna draw another 2 cards. But it does mean he has only 1 card left in his extra deck. So he's probably just gonna have to rely on main deck monsters here. He's gonna go Rakaya. just trade with my Fleur-de-Lis, attack with the Rakia here, which is fine. And then he's gonna set another trap, and I will get Ecclesia to my hand with the Titanic Lens in the end phase. Draw another Ecclesia, which is not so good. Gonna go into Starfire, but he is gonna Torrential. Which I can of course last tense, which I will do. So yeah, I'm gonna get Caspar here. And now I end up actually making a legal play, which is significantly gonna change the match actually. So yeah guys, it's a little bit unfortunate because I of course activated Punishment last turn, which means I shouldn't be able to activate or special summon cards from my extract in this turn, but I haven't been playing with the Dogmatica cards at all, actually. Like, basically all the games you saw me play with the Inferno deck, and then this game are the only games I played with it. So I just completely forgot about that effect. So that is a little bit unfortunate. Sorry about that. I decided to show you guys the replays anyway, because I think they are quite just cool games. But yeah, I probably should have lost this one, because I couldn't have been able to do the line of plays you see here. I wouldn't have been able to go into the max. That's an illegal play. So yeah, I'm gonna get Cross Domination and then Sunday Ecclesia without effect. I think, because I'm gonna go into the Utopia here to shut him off of the graveyard effect of Rakia. So yeah, I couldn't have done this again. Like, this play is illegal, but I'm just gonna show you the end of the match anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna run into it. I'm gonna opt not to activate the effect, which is a miss. I should have just activated the effect for the extra damage, since he's most likely gonna be able to out Utopia anyway. But I just decided, like, I sort of wanted to keep it in case he summoned a big guy, and then I could detach to make my Utopia bigger. But I should have just done it on this turn. But you know, you live and you learn. So I'm just gonna pass. He's gonna go activate the Rota again, get Saruma. Go into Saruma. Which I'm gonna negate, but then he does end up having the Aura, of course. So he's gonna get a lot of value anyway. Here he's gonna pop my Utopia with the Feather Duster, by discarding Feather Duster. So yeah, he's gonna swing with both his guys. I'm left with just Ecclesia and Caspar, but I think at this point I'm gonna top deck one of my few outs, which is not your Servant, which will allow me to both trigger my Caspar and also get back a card from the grave if I want to. But I think no. Okay, I'm gonna go into max first to add 2 spells and traps, and then I'm gonna go Servant to get back Fleur-de-Lis from my grave. I'm gonna pop one of the cards with the Untus, bring out Ecclesia, bring out Fleur-de-Lis. Then I'm just gonna go play the beatdown game. Basically, he's gonna bring out Rakia, I'm gonna run it over. He's gonna bring out Saruma, I think. Yeah. And then I think I'm gonna Dancing Needle on his big guy, since I don't want it coming back. And also banish his trap to shut him off from access to that with the Saruma. Then he's gonna Saruma here, which I'm not negating actually. So I guess alright, yeah, I'm just saving the Cross Domination in case he summons something that can run over my Fleur-de-Lis, I think. So yeah, he's gonna run over my Max, which I decide to allow. He's gonna set one. Then I'm gonna draw another dead cards. So I'm a little bit unlucky here. Just gonna go play more of the beatdown game. He actually ends up not summoning anything from the Aura, so I think he actually ran out of targets here for his guys. I think his only target left in deck actually is another Aura at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna swing over the Saruma. He's gonna do the effect to bring out the Aura, like I said. Then he's actually gonna flip Torrential, but since it's a damage step, that's an illegal play, which I do point out to him. Yeah, just gonna pass turn and pray he won't be able to draw something to summon and just Torrential his own field to get rid of my guys, or get something else to out my board. But he does draw the Rota, but he doesn't have any monsters left, so yeah, he's just gonna have to add the trap and set it. And here I top deck Insane again. Get a Cyclone. I'm just gonna go Battle Phase. pump my guys. He's gonna pop my Fleur-de-Lis. And then things like, if he had another guy in deck here, I would have Cycled his Torrential Chainlink 2, so he couldn't Torrential my Ecclesia away, but in the end, like I said, he doesn't have anything left in deck, so, and my Ecclesia is 3000 at this point because of all the Fleur-de-Lis effects, so I can just attack for game. So yeah, that's the game, guys. Just because I thought this replay was just really fun, really back and forth between two pretty cool decks. I decided to play. I decided to show the replay despite the illegal play with the punishment, which I'm sorry for. So yeah, sorry guys about the illegal play, but I still hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I actually got a new microphone, and I hope that significantly improved the viewing experience. Actually, again, shout out to Simo for that as well. Actually, because he told me this was actually probably the best mic to get. So yeah. In the next installment of this series, I'm gonna show you like the adjusted deck for the Musketeer deck and another gameplay video, which I think I'll probably do next week, since Sunday I'm uploading another Digimon video. So yeah, guys, one last time, sorry about the misplay, or the illegal play, I should say. It wasn't my intention, but it just unfamiliar with the cards. I just haven't been playing enough Yu-Gi-Oh because of the circumstances, you know. So yeah, if you did like the videos despite the misplay, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.